What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon NFL DFS video. We are going to be giving you the top 10 to 15 plays at each position for Week 10. I know it's been a minute since we had a video. Been super busy with real life, having a toddler. It's a lot of work. But I wanted to bring this to you guys so you guys have this throughout the weekend for Week 10. Any questions, you can hit it down below and let us know. So we're going to have a contest. So if you guys haven't been to the site for a minute, we have one subscription service now. It's $19.99 for a month. You get all the sports that we do. So being busy with real life, I'm only doing the weekly sports right now. So NFL, MMA, PGA. Would love to. I just don't have the time for NBA. Or MLB. Hope maybe when that comes back we'll see. But I've been killing it with MMA and football, and you get a lot there. So you can check that out. FantasyTeamAdvisor.com/plans. You can use that. $19.99 gets you a month. Anyone who uses the promo or just signs up this weekend for NFL, we will give you an extra month on top of that. So get 2 months for the price of one. You can check that out. So a lot to offer there. A lot of people have reached out wondering why we didn't have videos, so on Twitter and email, so thank you. Just been super busy and been still putting out content, just haven't had time to put out videos and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to get through the rankings here, and I'm going to have a little contest for you guys. So if you want to win a free week of content, all you got to do is be a subscriber, like this video, and tell me what quarterback is going to throw for the most amount of yards this week, and how many yards will they throw for. So we'll exclude Thursday night game just because a lot of people might not see this video before then, and then we'll go through there. So again, I'm not in my normal setup, so you can't see the screen, but what I'll do is in the description of this video I'll put the quarterback rankings article there, so you can check out that, and then there are hyperlinks for you to jump out to the we have quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, kicker, and defense, because as they are good for DFS, a lot of people play fantasy, season-long fantasy. This will be used for that. So I don't want to make this video super long, so we're going to go about 10 to 15 at each position. We are still obviously waiting on COVID news. Will Aaron Rodgers be in? We don't know yet. So there is a lot to look at, but we will try to give you all the information. So these rankings come out usually either Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning, and then we do update them Sunday morning about, like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Central, to give you a few hours because we're trying to wait for all the news that we possibly can get. A lot of, especially with COVID, we know that, Aaron Rodgers could come back, but we won't know till Saturday. The Nick Chubb was vaccinated, but he tested positive, but he just needs 2 negative tests to play. So a lot of factors have been here. So I do want to look at this. If you have any questions, you can comment down below, or you can email me, support@fantasyteamadvisors.com. So just looking at this, I do love Lamar Jackson, number 1. I realize it's a Thursday night game, which we don't normally get a Thursday night game where the number 1 ranked quarterback for this week, matchup-wise, is playing. But I do love him against Miami and that defense there. So definitely looking at him at number 1. I do have number 2, Tom Brady at Washington. I do like this one here. Got a fantastic matchup here. He is playing without some of his weapons. I think AB's most likely out again. We don't know about Gronk. Just a lot of things to kind of mull over there. But it is Tom Brady, and he's playing even better now than he has been past couple of seasons, which is crazy. But yeah, number 3 is Josh Allen against the Jets. I absolutely love this. I loved Josh Allen last week, and he actually just shit the bed completely against the Jaguars. It was a very boring game. But that's what we've got there. So I've got Josh Allen at number 3. Number 4 is Dak Prescott against Atlanta. They should win this game. It shouldn't even be a contest. Kind of thought that last week against when I had Dak pretty high up there as well. Did not work out. Dallas got absolutely bodied last week. But I do have Dak at number... Thanks, Siri. I do have Dak there at number 4. And number 5 is Matt Stafford. This is another one that I was high on. I had Matt Stafford as the number 1 quarterback last week. He maybe played his worst game of his, without looking at his numbers, his career. I mean, it was terrible on Sunday Night Football. Over on Drafters, I had him in most of my lineups, him and Cooper Kupp. And, I did not have a ton. Let's just put it that way. I didn't have much Tennessee last week, but I think he can bounce back here against San Francisco. Number 6 is Aaron Rodgers coming back against Seattle. If he's back, I love him here. Again, though, he's obviously been studying this week or the past 9 days. Hasn't had any practices, and I've seen people like you going to trust him without practices. Yeah, I'm still going to trust him. I mean, he's been in the league for 17 years. He can miss practices. He knows it's Aaron Rodgers. So this is something to monitor. Obviously, if he's out, we'll look at that. Same thing, number 7. I love Kyler here against Carolina. Now, Carolina, a couple of hours ago, just signed Cam Newton. Whether or not he starts, I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot of things that need to be tweaked in these rankings, quarterback-wise, depending on some news. Those will be tweaked Sunday morning. So, kind of looking at that. Kyler Murray here. Problem is, I don't think he practiced on Thursday. Neither did DeAndre Hopkins. We know they were both out last week, so this is something to monitor. If Murray is out again, obviously Colt McCoy will start. I'm not just going to pencil Colt McCoy in here for number 7. So this is something to look at. Number 8 is Justin Herbert against Minnesota. I love that there. Number 9 is Patrick Mahomes at Las Vegas. I think if you told me in preseason that I would have Patrick Mahomes outside of the top 5 any given week, wouldn't have believed you. But he just loves to turn the ball over this year. He's getting exposed. I do have it at number 9, but it's been kind of crazy. And then number 10 here is Derrick Carr in the same game against Kansas City. Their offense, or Kansas City's defense, has been shredded before. Derrick Carr, with all the turmoil with Henry Ruggs and Gruden being gone, still putting up pretty solid numbers this year. So I do love him at number 10. So then we move to the running back position for you on this one. So there is right above all the rankings, there's a hyperlink to send you right out to in the article, which you can find down below. Love me some Jonathan Taylor here at number 1. Absolutely love Jonathan Taylor here. Loved him last week. He absolutely dominated for me in my season long. I started him, had a fantastic Thursday. I was on the right path. Then I had James Conner. He had an absolute monster game as well there. So love Jonathan Taylor here against Jacksonville. Number 2 is Najee Harris. Love him against Detroit here. Had a good game Monday night, even though the refs allowed Chicago or Pittsburgh to pretty much, steal that game. I love Najee Harris here. Number 3 is Christian McCaffrey against Arizona. Looks to be back to his old self as long as he stays healthy. I don't see why he doesn't get the top 5. Number 4 is Dalvin Cook against the Chargers. This one's a bit of a, he's got some legal trouble maybe, or he's getting extorted, or he hit a woman. We don't know the actual story yet as of the making of this video. He should play. Obviously, if he does not play, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But looking at that, I like Dalvin Cook here at number 4. Number 5 is Austin Eckler in the same game on the opposite side against Minnesota. Number 6 is Alvin Kamara. Even with Mark Ingram coming back, we know it's Kamara's team. Love Alvin Kamara here at number 6. Number 7 is Aaron Jones. Seattle hasn't been able to stop the run this year. I know that A.J. Dillon is stealing some looks from Aaron Jones. I would love Jones a little bit more if Rodgers sat, but I feel like Rodgers will play. So I've got it at number 7. Number 8 is James Conner against Carolina. We've got him ranked in the top 10 like it's 4 years ago. Love James Conner. Should be the number 1 there with Edmonds being out for a while. He does have Eno Benjamin behind him. Don't think that matters. Love James Conner. Number 9 is Corduro Patterson against Dallas. He's really doing it all. You're technically getting a wide receiver who's playing running back, but I believe on FanDuel you can play him both running back or wide receiver, or you used to be able to. Maybe they switched him back, but Patterson here, if he is eligible for a wide receiver spot on FanDuel or I think just FanDuel now, you could technically have 4 running backs in one of your lineups. You could have your 2 regular. You could have Patterson at wide receiver. And then we've got the flex option. Love that there. So love Patterson in the number 9. Number 10 is Zeke. Sounds like he might be a little bit more hurt than he's playing on. So kind of monitor this situation. If this needs to be updated, we will update the running backs. Again, check back at Fantasy Team Advisors about 10 Central. Should be updated on the site, ready to go. So moving to the wide receivers here. Love me some Devontae Adams, especially if Rodgers is back. I got him number 1 against Seattle. Number 2 is Cooper Kupp against San Francisco. Still my boy. Massively just dominating this year. Number 3 is Tyreek Hill against the Vegas. Number 4 is A.J. Brown hosting. They are at home against New Orleans. I know that, New Orleans defense is pretty good. I still like A.J. Brown here at number 4. Number 5 is Stephon Diggs at New York Jets. I had Diggs in a ton of lineups last week. The way Josh Allen was going, the way just in general the Bills did down week, but I still love Stephon Diggs here. Number 6 is Chris Godwin. Again, Tampa Bay's coming off a bye. Tom Brady, Godwin, Evans, the plethora of wide receiver or tight ends that they have. I still like Godwin at number 6. Number 7 is Michael Pittman. Had a huge game last time. I love giving him some love here at number 7. Number 8 is Mike Evans. Number 9 is Justin Jefferson at the Chargers. Number 10 is CeeDee Lamb. And just like him, I'm very confused on how he's getting all of these fines for absolutely no reason. So if you do check out the other rankings, so these articles are on fantasyteamadvisors.com. I just gave you the top 10 wide receivers. We currently have 113 wide receivers ranked right now. These will be updated. Out of the wide receivers, 113. Out of running backs, we currently have 87 ranked. And then quarterbacks, we've got the main, and then the fringe ones that might start, like Taysom Hill might start over Simeon. We don't know if it's going to be PJ or it's going to be Cam in Carolina. But the fact that Carolina gave Cam Newton $4.5 million guaranteed and upwards of $10 million for this year incentive-wise, I don't see how he's not the starter again. So moving on to the tight end position, absolutely love Darren Waller here against Kansas City. Like I mentioned with the wide receivers, Kansas City can't stop anyone, and Darren Waller is pretty good. Number 2 is Travis Kelce against Vegas. Pretty good as well. I think this game could be a shootout. I love Kelce here. Number 3 is George Kittle. We saw him have a huge game last week, but San Francisco didn't do so well. He was coming off injury. Looked pretty good. Going to roll with that again. Number 4 is Kyle Pitts against Dallas. Just a massive man at tight end. Number 5 is Mark Andrews at Miami. Number 6 is T.J. Hawkinson at Pittsburgh. Number 7 is Pat Freiermuth. Now, I've been on him in the past. I've been on him sports betting as well. If you haven't been with us, part of the content that you get is you get the NFL matchup. Well, I'll tell you at the end what we get, but we've 3 weeks ago we won 1,500 sports betting. Our sports bets did pretty well last week as well. And we have that part of the content. At the end of this video, if you stuck around, we will let you know what you get for that $19.99. Freiermuth dominated. I did not take him as in that game for a touchdown. I took Najee, which I got early on. Then I think I took Deontay Johnson, which he should have had one, but he dropped it. So little upset with him. Number 8 is Mike Gesicki against Baltimore. Number 9 is Dallas Goddard against Denver. And number 10 is Dalton Schultz versus Atlanta because Blake Jarwin is now on the injured reserve. Dalton Schultz could be dominating there. We will go over some of the defenses, but again, most of you, most likely, there'll be those scenarios if you make multiple lineups, you do pick a couple. Most likely, you guys normally punt the defenses. But number 1, we've got the Bills versus the New York Jets. We've got Arizona against Carolina, depending on who's the quarterback there. Pittsburgh versus Jared Goff in Detroit because they're both bad. Number 4 is the Colts versus Jacksonville. Number 5 is Rams at San Francisco. I do believe Von Miller should be starting. He didn't start this past game, and they got dominated. So we'll see if Von Miller's in there. Number 6 is Dallas versus Atlanta. Number 7, the Patriots versus Cleveland. Number 8 is Baltimore versus Miami. 9 is the Bucks versus Washington. And number 10 are the Saints versus Tennessee Titans. And then I'm not going to go over kickers because, you don't do kickers for DFS. Those are for, mostly the defenses and kickers are for season long. So if you've stuck around, again, if you found this video helpful, hit that like button so I know you guys are still watching, you're still looking for this content. What does $19.99 get you for a month? But if you use it this week, it gets you 2 months. You get MMA cheat sheet, MMA lineup for both FanDuel and DraftKings. You get PGA. Well, you won't get it this week. PGA's already started, but you got PGA, you got the cheat sheet and the lineups, and then NFL is where we really go on. We give you weekly rankings, which you get with this video and the articles out every Wednesday. Normally it's going to be Wednesdays moving forward. You've got the matchup tool, which is a ton of information using 2021 stats. You get the cheat sheet, and you get optimal lineups. Now, when I say you get optimal lineups, you actually get cash and GPP lineups for both FanDuel and DraftKings. So you get 3 cash, 3 GPP. You get 1 main, or you get a cash and GPP for the main slate, a cash and GPP for the afternoon or 1 p.m. only slate, and the cash and the GPP for the 4 p.m. slate. And then on Mondays, we try to put out, depending if we like the slate, we try to put out like a showdown lineup. But those are really hit or miss. We won a couple first place 2 weeks ago, but they're very hit or miss with if it follows game script. You normally, 9 times out of 10 with showdown lineups and single game lineups, you split it amongst thousands of people. So we try to bring that to you each and every week. And hopefully you enjoy that as well. On top of that, $19.99, you get our sports bets as well. So, trying to log in. Hold on a second. Using a new browser here. Using the Brave browser because you get crypto sent to you when you use it, which is nice every so often. So sports betting, NFL bets. Give me 1 second. So with the NFL bets, we do like, we used to give out parlays, but those are hit or miss. So when we give you these bets, you can use them in a parlay as well, depending on what you're looking for. If you don't already have a FanDuel or DraftKings sportsbook account, let me know. We'll sign you up. If you use our promo code and I believe on DraftKings, if you deposit $100, they give you free $100 as well. On FanDuel, I don't know if it's $50 or $100. I'm not sure. But like last week, we went 5-1. So we had 6 bets last week. We had Jonathan Taylor touchdown. We had Michael Pittman touchdown. Both of those hit on Thursday night. We had Green Bay plus 7.5, and they only lost by 6. Cincinnati -1, they got smoked. We had New England minus 3.5, and we had the Chargers -1. All of those hit. So we mix in, either money lines, the spread, or even touchdowns as well. So been doing some pretty good weeks as well. We're obviously, and you can't see it on the screen, but if you sign up, you see what we've done. We put out the weeks. NFL Week 10 is now. I don't have any bets yet. We put in what bets, and then if they hit or not, we put green for a bet that hit. We put red for a bet that missed. So week 8, we went 3-5, and you're never going to find a capper that's 100%. Week 6, we only had 3 bets. All 3 of them hit. Week 5, we had, 5-1 there. Week 4, 5-4. So it just depends if we have a good feel for it. We'll throw out bets there. Those will be updated throughout the week as well. So enough rambling. If you guys have any questions, comment down below. If this video gets 50 likes, we will put out a FanDuel and DraftKings main GPP lineup in the comment section here. You have until Sunday to do that. Good luck and bring home that bacon. Peace.